Hey, what's up guys? Weirdo Guy John here with a review of the MageDock C101 10.1 inch monitor. I bought this monitor in Japan, and although it's out of stock right now, it retails for about 8,944 yen or around $79.25 on Amazon at the time of recording this video. It's not a big monitor, but it's not very small either. The total width of this monitor is about 24 cm. The total height is about 16 centimeters, and the thickness is about 1 centimeter. And like most of the modern monitors today, this monitor also has a slim bezel that measures 1 centimeter on all sides. The body overall has a brushed aluminum look, but it's actually plastic. Although you're not going to be using it like a tablet, it is very light, weighing only 0.8 pounds, while still feeling solid in the hand when you're holding it, which is actually quite surprising. There's not much flex on the monitor too, which is nice if you're going to be traveling with it a lot. It also looks decent when sitting on a desk, but not quite so in the back because of the very noticeable logo on the lower right corner and port and button labels. Now at the back, you can see two speaker grills for a pair of 2 watts stereo speaker. On the left side, you will find all the ports available on this monitor with their respective labels on the back. Starting from the top, we have a DC 5 volts or 12 volts input, a micro USB input, also used for power and nothing else, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a 2 mini HDMI. Now I don't know the exact HDMI version it has, but looking at the resolution of it, I assume those are at least HDMI 1.4. Now on the right side, you'll find the navigation buttons with labels besides. I don't really like the decision they made to put the button labels on the back, as it's going to be hard to navigate using the otherwise very tactile buttons when it's facing towards you. They could have put the labels on the front, or even better, on the right side. In front, if you look closely at the corners, you'll notice they are actually rounded. This does cover some extra pixels on the corner when you turn it on, although I don't really mind it personally, but it might to you, so do keep that in mind if somehow you're thinking of buying this. Now, looking at the specs, this monitor has a 10.1-inch IPS panel with an aspect ratio of 16:10 and a resolution of 2560 by 1600. As you can see, this is a relatively high DPI monitor with 298.9 pixels per inch. It has a 400 nits peak brightness and a contrast ratio of 1000 to 1. Sadly, the response time kinda sucks at about 30 milliseconds, so you're not going to be able to play any competitive games using this monitor. Although, when you're buying a 10.1-inch display for competitive gaming, you should probably reevaluate your decision-making skills anyway. Just saying. And although this monitor has an IPS panel, the color reproduction is a bit on the darker side with only 72% coverage of the sRGB color space. The 2 watts speakers on the back sounds okay and surprisingly clear for watching videos with vocals only like YouTube, but it's kinda bad for movies and music. So I would recommend not using the speakers unless you don't have any choice.
Stay on. Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Now I should also mention that this monitor does not have a built-in battery, so you can't just bring it anywhere as you're gonna need some sort of power source to turn this on. But since it can be powered using a 5 volts USB, you can also use a power bank to power it. This monitor also does not have a stand or a clamp or anything, so if you're going to be using it on a desk, you're gonna have to find a stand for it. Overall, this is an okay secondary monitor if you're planning to travel, and just need an external monitor somehow, or if you're like me that does not have any space on your desk and just want a simple, compact monitor for your secondary PC. But if you're looking for a small monitor to use as your primary, like for example for your camera or PC, then I would suggest looking for something else instead.